It's time for the Daily Stand Up Podcast presented by AgileDad with your host, Lee Henson. Without any further ado, let's get started. I know what you're thinking. I already have a whole webinar dedicated to AI and Agile, and I'm in the process of finishing up a book regarding that as well. But I saw an article that stirred me a little bit. It talked about product management will be taken over by AI in the next 5 years. And while I don't disagree with it wholeheartedly, I do disagree with some of what it says. Well, let's dive in and let's take a look at this and see what direction it takes us, because I think it's going to take us on an interesting twist. So he starts the article with product management jobs will be gone in less than 5 years. Yes, that is my prediction. I don't think product management jobs will be gone. I think they'll be greatly augmented. And I think that AI will be a good support system to help people do these jobs better. Now, do I think there'd be fewer of these people in these positions? Absolutely. As a result of any technology, you're going to have fewer people doing these jobs. But the landscape of product management is right now on a cusp of big transformation. There's so many cool advancements in AI and things you can do. So the question becomes, will the traditional role of a product manager become a relic? Or will people just start using AI incorrectly and you'll still need a product manager? What human part of it is still needed? And it's realistic to start talking about something that they call the AI takeover. So the integration of AI into product management is way more than just task automation. AI has the capacity to process and analyze vast arrays of data, understand market trends, predict customer behaviors, and it can automate up to 80% of what constitutes today's product management roles. This shift is not about AI performing tasks faster and more efficiently than humans. It's about AI fundamentally redefining how these tasks are done. But I have a secret. AI can never replace exactly how a human feels. So if you start looking at sentiment behind how things work, there's still going to be a need for humans. So it'll never fully replace, it'll never fully take over. But AI does take over the majority of product management tasks. Business managers, program managers, UX, engineering managers. I'm even going to go here, developers. When this happens, organizational roles are going to need to be strategically redefined. And human cognition tasks that AI could not automate will get subsumed or fused into other roles. So the traditional roles as we see it are going to go away. Now, this is something I've been predicting for some time. I've said that instead of focusing so hard on roles by title, that we need to focus on roles by behavior. And knowing that there would be a shift in behavior over time, I didn't at the time imagine, in 2003, 4, 6, that AI would be the one doing all this. But I knew that there would be some automation of a significant amount of what people do. And I often refer to this. I don't know if you remember, but after the Spanish flu, after one of the original pandemics, we had a renaissance. And it was a beautifully merging of all the arts and the artisans and the craft makers. And there was such beautiful theater and music and things that happened, and a lot of the jobs that were traditionally there were gone and new jobs were created and new fields were created. I think we're going to see that again. I think it's taking a little bit longer spread, but here after our most recent pandemic, COVID, we're starting to see things like AI where people had time to really dig in and make it what it is today. It's going to revolutionize and change. Now, the part that's scary for me is that a lot of the entry level positions and roles that people were traditionally doing, unless it's a laborer role, they're going to go by the wayside because AI can do things faster, better, cleaner, and just easier than a typical human would at an entry level job, and you don't have to pay AI anything, right? That's the beauty. It's just we're going to see shifts in ownership of responsibilities and accountabilities, shifts in what people are expected to do. Time and specialization is going to shift. You are going to still need a required set of humans. I just want to make sure that's clear. So while it reshapes the way the landscape looks and it reshapes the way we get data, how we process the data and what we do with the data still is going to remain a human aspect of what we need to do. So when you start talking about the strategic oversight, creative ideation, intrinsic human interaction. Sure, AI can tell you all the creative insight you want, but someone still needs to make a decision, what direction we're going to go. There still needs to be human interaction. People aren't going to want to buy from a computer. I mean, that's already proven. No matter how good AI gets, we still need, marketing's great, don't get me wrong, but we still need that human piece to say, okay, are we on the right page? Are we not on the right page? Where do we need to pivot? What do we need to do? Business leaders are going to need to emerge more as a strategic orchestrator, kind of like a Bafata. And yeah, I went there. And you need to make sure that, product owners or product managers have the right level of information. And that means that UX leaders are going to become more custodians of the human experience, and they're going to have to be more psychology driven. And they're going to need to take the data driven by algorithms and AI and process that into how people consume this data with empathy and creativity. Engineers, instead of just slamming out code, are going to have to relate more closely to AI and understand more about strategic visionings, UX, design, etc. And they're going to have to use AI to help leverage and make their job easier. And the big debate comes with Scrum Master, traditional product management, and project management roles. Are they going to be completely automated? I can tell you the answer is no, but a large percentage of what they do is going to be shifted to new role redistribution responsibilities, if you will. You're not going to see the same roles, and I think we're already starting to see the beginning stages of this happening now. I don't know that we're knee deep into it yet, but it's already happening. Role redistribution is nothing new. It's been around forever, right? I mean, we saw project managers go to scrum masters, go to project coordinators. We saw product owners go to product managers. Things are evolving, but more or less things are revolving around title, so that anytime a new allocation of responsibilities or a reallocation of responsibilities or accountabilities is driven, the need to change the title feels like the next best thing to do. And that is where the confusion comes in, right? So in startups or early stage companies, roles are often less defined, and these tasks are going to be shared among founders, business managers, lead engineers, other people. In technical driven companies, engineering driven companies, engineers are going to collaborate with business managers, product development, and you're not going to have a separate product manager, so to speak. In consulting firms or the development or design agencies, project managers or business analysts are going to do these jobs instead of product managers, and they're going to work closely with engineers for client specific solutions. In industries with really long product life cycles, like aerospace or heavy engineering, project and business managers, along with engineers, are going to handle most of the product development tasks because the rest can be picked up by AI. In companies with highly specialized products, technical experts or engineers are going to lead product development, and they're going to be supported by business managers. It's just for organizations with strong sales driven cultures, business development managers are going to work in collaboration with teams and lead product development. So, what I'm saying is the role of a product owner or product manager is on a cusp of a big change. And it may be that this role is going to have to figure out how to integrate AI into what they do in order to survive. It's going to be survival to fittest. And I think that the human expertise revolving around how to craft certain prompts and becoming good at understanding oversight using AI, that this is going to completely evolve. Um, and I'm excited for the change. I think that it's going to create more synergy. It's going to have less separation of roles. It's going to create some of that blur that I talk about in class, that people are going to be able to see more deeply into what resonates with people instead of just doing it based on data. And even though data will be part of the equation, all decisions aren't going to be made based on data, which is great. It's also going to help us think more ethically and to think more about how to be more inclusive in our design of products and services as we go, because AI can do that more easily than we can. So if you think about traditional product managers and what they do, or traditional project managers and what they do, my prediction is that we will see a shift, and the shift will be drastic. We may even see creation of new titles. And I'm excited for the new horizon and I see things happening. But the big push for me is going to be to help you figure out how AI can integrate into your role and what you can do to be on a surviving side of this equation instead of falling by the wayside and being a victim of the AI layoff. That's going to do it. I hope that this episode brought you some peace and gave you some direction. If you have a topic you want us to discuss, learn more at agiledad.com. We'd love to hear from you. And as always, we encourage you to stay healthy, stay well, and stay agile, my friends. Until next time, do take care.